Hello and thank you for joining me today. Well, this is the Monday, December 1st edition of our video devotionals. We appreciate you being with us today and hope your Monday's going well. Well, here's a little list of things. How about it's the beginning of the work week and the school week? How about it's the last month of the year, December, but the first day of that month, December the 1st. We've just come off the Thanksgiving holiday, so a lot going on. And of course, Christmas is coming, so there's a lot of things going on kind of surrounding that. But let's not let that busyness and sometimes the stress of it cause us to lose sight of the most important thing, that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, came to this earth, God with us, to be the sacrifice for the sins of the world. And if we would accept him like you would accept a Christmas gift, the greatest gift, of course, you can have salvation through Jesus Christ, forgiveness of sins, a home in heaven, in the family of God, a life that can be lived for God, in the will of God, and all of that, okay? All right, so that's a lot being said. That's not the message for today. On top of that, we've not really had a devotion up since last Tuesday because of our traveling and the Thanksgiving holidays and so on. So we're going to be in Romans chapter 12 today. We're going to begin at verse 8, read to verse 9, give you something we think that'll be a benefit and help to you. Again, we appreciate each and every one of you that make any comments and acknowledgments at all of watching. I do want to pass along a prayer request for you. I think I mentioned this back in September. We had our homecoming in September. We had a guest preacher, a local pastor, but 101 years old, still pastoring his church. Well, he had a fall about a week ago and was doing okay, then not doing okay, and now he's not doing that great at all. He's in hospice. I saw him this morning, not responsive. And I want you to remember him, Roy Green, Pastor Roy Green here in High Point, North Carolina. I know the family would appreciate it. We often don't give names here. We try to keep it somewhat generic, I suppose. But I think in this case, a 101-year-old pastor, and if you can remember him and his situation, Lord may bring him out of it. We understand that. But at this point, humanly speaking, his days here on earth may be not very many left. But I want you to pray for him, if you will. Pastor Roy Green, 101 years old, and not just 101 years old, a pastor still pastoring at 101 years of age. All right, I want you to notice here in Romans chapter 12, look at verse 8. It says, it's a list of things being spoken here, but it says here in verse 8, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. Now think about that. He that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. Sometimes we show mercy, but our attitude might be, well, I'm going to show mercy, or I might forgive, but I'm not real crazy about it. I'm not happy about it, and I'm not going to be happy about it. Well, the Bible says here, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. Now think about that. Now notice verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation. That means let it be real. Don't be a hypocrite in your love. Let it be right. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. I guess what I really want to show you here is this. There's mercy. There's love that's mentioned. And the Bible says, but to abhor that which is evil. Do you know that a Christian can be very, very balanced? God is balanced. I say that in the way that God shows us his greatness, his holiness, and yet there's mercy, there's grace, there's mercy, and yet there's holiness, there's the judgment of God. There's that. So what I'm saying here is when I see this listing here, the Bible says, pardon me, that you can show mercy, you can be a person that shows God's love, and yet at the same time, you can abhor. I guess there's no stronger word for a word like we think of the word hate, dislike, hate, but the Bible uses the word abhor. Abhor that which is evil. So on the one hand, you can show mercy and love and be all of that, be a person of grace, and on the other hand, with balance and be a Christian and be right at the same time, but you can abhor, totally hate that which is evil. And that's very possible to do. You know why? Because we can use the characteristics that God has given us, that character of God that God has given us to be just that. So show the mercy with cheerfulness. And let love be without dissimulation. But at the same time, we can abhor that which is evil and be right, have the right attitude at the same time when we're doing all these things. And God says you can do that, and that's certainly something that we can do. We can practice and be right in that position as we do it. I don't know if that helps you, but let's practice that today. Thank you for watching. Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow, and have a great day.